We're leaving the harsh but beautiful environment of Sosavle and heading north to the center of Namibia. It's the peak of the dry season, and we're hoping against hope that the rains will arrive this year. The heat is intense, and only a good wet season will give any relief. These rocky outcrops, boulders, and crevices are full of hiding places. Steve spotted movement that's definitely reptilian, but if he's not quick, it'll disappear.
Oh, you're biting, you're biting. Have a look at this little dragon. Big, buffy head, got his mouth open. I'll bite you, I'll bite you. And that's what you do when you think you're gonna get eaten by a big old human. Well, I'm not gonna eat you. Oh, look at this. Have a look in its belly here. That's an egg. That's an egg in her belly. I'll be gentle, sweetheart. Beautiful little dragon species, insectivorous like just about all the lizards here. Big, buffy head. I'm gonna let her go because she's got a belly full of eggs. Here you go. Quick.
After all that desert sand and rock, it's good to see a few trees again. But in central Namibia, a tree can be just as dangerous as a venomous snake. Steve's searching for more reptiles, especially cobras, and he's heading into one of the most painful poisoning incidents anyone could experience. He's about to be tagged and severely poisoned. The last thing you'd expect, attacked and disabled by a tree.
Yeah. That's gonna hurt. Oh. Man, this hurts. Big problem is, I'm not au fait with all of the flora types around here. There's one thing that I do know, and that is that the Kalahari Bushmen used to use the euphorbia tree, which has got like a latex in it. They used the sap out of that to coat their arrows, to poison, to kill their game. Sometimes you just make mistakes, you know. Oh, crikey. How's that? I have to get some water and flush this out. Keep an eye on it and just hope like all heck that there isn't too much toxin, too many poisons on it. It's not a euphorbia, thank goodness for that. Phew, you gotta take the good with the bad. And I've had a really good run in my life in general. And things like this are gonna crop up along the way. And so what I have to do is I have to keep taking refresher courses, ambulance refresher courses, medical courses. All my life I'll be doing that. I've been jabbed full of more shots as prophylactics than you can poke a stick at. Like I have tetanus every other week virtually. And so my body is strong, it copes extremely well. But I guess what's happened here, it's an unknown poison, and it's knocked me around. It's really knocked me around, more than I thought, more than I anticipated. But I reckon over the next couple of days it'll subside completely and I'll be right to go again. I would strongly recommend that if you ever take a hit like this, that you go straight to medical attention and don't do like I do and just keep going, because it's easy to come unglued in a remote area. You need to get medical assistance. But I'm happy, I'm coming good.
What worries me most is that one bad hand is going to slow Steve down and make everything more dangerous for the rest of the journey.
Here you go. Lucky enough, we had the communication resources to get hold of the chopper so I could get some much needed medical supplies and attention. And that also led me into a great escarpment country that I'd never be able to get to by foot. The perfect opportunity to have a look around. All throughout these big granite mountains, and even on the plains and into the desert, there's some very spasmodic waterholes. And so that's where you get the huge concentration of animals. Have a look at this. This is just spectacular. Almost as soon as the antibiotics kick in, I'm ready to have a good look around. And I'm going to get off right on the top of this escarpment. It's a rugged place, and I've been to some amazing, dramatic landscapes in our world, and this is one of the best. It's right up there. Nothing makes me more happy than looking for snakes. And I'm gonna have to be careful because I'm disabled. Look at this little blighter. Oh, you're angry. He's very angry. It's a brown house snake, and a snake this size would take on a fair-sized mouse. And I reckon they'd even knock over any geckos, dragons or skinks that they'd find too. Look at those beautiful bands they've got coming back from his body. You know, I'm surprised at the lack of snakes, but considering they haven't had any decent rain for 3 years, in fact, it's the worst drought this particular area's had for 60 years, the snakes will be curled up under the rocks and trying to conserve as much water as they can, waiting, hoping that they're gonna get a bit of rain. Brown house snake, little beauty. Here you go, Snapper. There's a good snake.
Obviously, there's enough nourishment and moisture to support a lot of different species, but just about all of them are hidden. There must be so many concealed animals hiding out all around us.
These granite boulders provide excellent, cool retreats for all species. These caves are magic. Getting a bit of breeze coming up. Have a look at this. Along the floor of all of these caves, it's just chock-a-block with rodent poo. Rodents are hard and fast in here, thick as, which provides an excellent food source for snakes. Have a go at this. Come on, mate. Here is one of the most placid snakes in the entire world. This is a Namibian dwarf python. I don't know what you'd have to do to get one of these to bite. They haven't got an aggressive streak in their entire body, and they're relatively rare. You can see the coloration matches the rocks. They've got beady little scales, which enables them to go through the crevices, through the cracks. You can see beautiful tiny little head. They're predominantly mammal eaters, and they love rock hyrax, rats and mice. Any mammal small enough that comes within range, because they're an ambush predator, whack, they'll hit it, constrict it, put the squeeze on, kill it, start by the head and work their mouth over the top of it. Have a look on his bottom lip there, right there. They're pits, heat-sensing pits. So even in these rocks, in complete darkness, he can sit there in an ambush position. As an animal comes past, he'll be able to detect it, whack, hit, and away we go. Gorgeous. Probably the most quiet snake I'm ever going to come across.
He'll go back to sleep now until it's hunting time at sunset.